giving way to light. And there, in the heart of the sunrise, a rooster crowing cup of joe with Poe. It's not just coffee, it's a ritual. A moment to savor. A gentle nudge to seize the day. With every sip, feel the warmth of the sun and the promise of a fresh start. Because a great day begins with a great cup. Wake up with Poe, and let the sunrise work its magic.
Well, good morning, afternoon, whatever it may be, wherever you may be on this planet Earth. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. St. Patrick's Day. Yes, green. Okay, well, speaking of green, there's a lot of people worked up over green these days, and when I say green, I'm talking about Doge, trying to stop wasteful spending. Who in their right mind literally can sit here and say, you know, I don't have a problem with my tax dollars going overseas to do sex changes on other people in other countries? Who in their right mind would say, you know, I want my tax dollars to go toward a LGBTQ Sesame Street in, I think it was Iraq or something, to make them people hate us even more? They don't do that shit over there. That isn't in their culture. They're not playing games over there. You can be beheaded. You can go steal some shit and they'll cut your hand off. These are very serious people that live by very strict laws and rules and are basically governed by religion. So if you're dealing with an ideology that's based in religion, which is fantasy, then you can expect that they're going to do some crazy shit. So don't sit here and think that there's something wrong with stopping wasteful spending. I mean, literally, nobody can say that. Then they go as far to talk about an unelected official. Wow, how stupid do they think that we are? Of course we know that Elon Musk is not an elected official. So why do you keep trying to say that over and over like that's going to spark some outrage? We don't even want to elect them. They didn't win, nor will they win again for a long, long time. Because they're a dying party. They're old. These are dinosaurs on their way out the door. We just found all their backdoor money. The government in America is hip to their backdoor money. We don't like it. We don't want it. So they're going to go and fight in the streets and stand up like, we're going to, Elon, do away with Elon Musk. This is the richest man in the world. He doesn't need our money. Literally. He's not into taking dollars from American taxpayers when he's literally the richest man on earth and he's doing this for free. He could have charged. He literally could have charged the government. I'm going to come in and find all your wasteful spending and da-da-da-da-da and save this business, because America, we all know, is a business, okay, when it comes to economics and things of that nature. Now, let's go ahead and touch on some humanitarian issues, because these poor criminals that keep invading our country, they're just people like us that rape people and kill people, and they deserve to be here. Get the fuck out of here with that goddamn dumbass shit. I am fed up with these people that want to sit here and defend someone that comes here illegally. If you come across the border illegally, there is no, oh, you come across the border illegally, now you get to stay because you made it. No. Fuck no. It's go back. If I go invade another country, best believe they're going to put me on some sort of plane, train, automobile and get me the hell out their country, or they're going to lock me up. Then their taxpayers are going to pay for me to be there. We're not paying anymore. Taxpayers are not paying anymore. And yes, I am a taxpayer. You know why? I buy goods here in America with a social security number. That makes me a real taxpayer. And I bought homes, automobiles, and 47 years old. I paid a shit ton of fucking taxes. Every check I've ever cashed from any employment I've ever had taxes taken out of it. The same as you have. So do you want your taxpayer dollars to go to cut penises off of primates to give them some sort of date rape drug to see what happens to them? Where the fuck is PETA at once again? Man, it's beyond me. You don't like Elon Musk? Why? Most people don't like rich people. Poor people, motherfuckers that ain't got shit and never gonna have shit, hate rich people. They do. I love rich people. Love rich people. My favorite people in the world are rich people. You know why? Because they don't give a shit about the little petty stuff. I want to touch on Christians real quick. There's a bunch of fake Christians out here these days. Christianity is the service to man. If you are a true Christian, then you will give to people without anything in return. You will see people down and out. Jesus says, give your money to the poor. The church says, give us a percentage of your money so we can give it to the poor. Uplifting each other, helping each other. I love Christianity. I love all faiths for that matter. I don't have a problem with religion. What I have a problem with is these people that fake like they're really in religion for whatever purpose. Now, if you need religion in your life to keep you sober, or if you need religion in your life to keep you from doing demonistic shit or whatever it may be, so be it. Put your faith into whatever you want. But the first thing you should put your faith in is yourself. To believe in yourself that you can do this. You don't need nobody. You don't need no higher power. You don't need shit but a brain and know how to operate it properly. And live life and enjoy this shit. I mean, look at me. I'm on here every day and I'm happy. And I don't have nothing, but you know what? I have everything. Everything. I have everything I want. Because I have peace in my life and serenity. And it's amazing. I don't need no God to get that. I don't need validation from nobody. I don't need anything from the exterior world other than food, water, shelter, and that's even, you know, if it depends on the weather. Those are things I literally need, and I can provide all those. I can get all those. We can get all those. As a society, together, as people that help one another, Christians are supposed to do that. Real Christians, real Bible thumpers, this is what they do. They go out in the street and they try to save lives, save souls. They go out and they take their extra earnings. They don't go buy themselves a fancy fucking ball cap. They don't go buy themselves a sports jersey. They don't go and take their family out to eat at some fucking uber expensive restaurant that all they did was make a turd afterwards. They don't do that. They go out in the streets and they give to people and they help people. There aren't very many Christians left in this world, literally. Instead, they all want to flock to these mega churches and stuff and all. Praise him! Praise him! And all that weird shit. This shit is weird now. For real, it's weird. It's a cult in some ways is how I see it. Because if you can't go through daily life and function without having to rely on some unseen mystical fucking being that on top of that allows child molesters into its heaven, allows mass murderers into its heaven, what kind of God is that anyways? You think them people truly repented and said, I believe that Jesus came here to die for all of the billions that are going to die in the future? Because God's he could see the future, obviously, because he made everything, didn't he? He made black holes. He made the cosmos, the galaxy. He made the Great Attractor. Do you know what the Great Attractor is? Go on and Google that. Google what is the Great Attractor. Start getting your knowledge up on where we're really from. Stardust. This shit is crazy, man. People are really delusional. Like, literally, y'all may think I'm fucked up and crazy because of my lifestyle and the way I live, but I am the most sane person here that I know on this planet. Like, I literally see the truth now. I see everything for what it is. And these people are so delusional and wrapped up in their own fucking heads to where they don't give a shit. All they care about is themselves, literally. Why do you think that they're repenting and going to all these churches anyways? For self-preservation, so they can get into heaven and go hang out with Hitler and all the other people that repented before they went to the final walk of life or whatever it may be. Gacy's up there dressed up as a clown right now, entertaining small children. The fuck out of here with this ludicrous way of seeing shit. Like, you really think there's... I've really been on this religion shit lately, and I'll tell you why. Is because I'm sick of fake Christians. I'm sick of these people that say they're a Christian and they want to live by that doctrine, but they don't. They literally don't. Go give your fucking shit up to the church then if you're truly a Christian. Go out in the street and save people and feed the hungry. Go pick up a homeless person and clothe them and feed them for a day, and then you're a fucking Christian. You're not no Christian just because you believe in God. I believe in God, so I'm a Christian and I go to church and I'm a good man. I give my 10% up every trip. No, that means you're a fool. That means you're naive. Naive, literally. Naive. Like you'll believe in anything at this point. The Mormons, my God. Jesus is a shapeshifter? Some guy found gold plates in the side of a hill and dug them out of the hill in Utah and found Egyptian writing. I guarantee you there's never been Egyptians from the time when Egyptians were on this earth that were in Utah. They just teleported from fucking Africa, Egypt, all the way to Utah and buried gold plates with Egyptian writing on it. That only he could read through a seeing stone. Man, there's a giant church over here. There's a whole culture dedicated to this guy and his belief. He really got people to believe that Jesus is a shapeshifter. We all know Jesus was a real man, by the way. A real man. A normal, real man. He was born. He didn't even convert. Oh, this is what's even more crazy when you do history. When you really seek into the truth. Jesus didn't even become a rabbi until he was in his 30s or something. So if he was born right out of the womb, didn't have no, I mean, we all know the Immaculate Conception. The Immaculate Conception. You could get pregnant without having a man put semen in you because God just put his semen in that woman and made a baby. Fuck out of here, man. How naive can people truly be? I can tell you how naive they can be. They believe that men can be women. That's how naive people can really truly be. They can believe that Trump is Hitler somehow, and he's out to get us all. Oh, Elon Musk is a Nazi too, and he's out to get us too. He's gonna take your social security number and do something with it. Good luck with that. What do you think they're going to do with social security numbers? And the government gives you the social security number. The government issues your social security number. The government gives you the money. The government is running everything. So if these career politicians that have been in power since the dinosaur age, and they're getting all this money, you don't think they ain't gonna fight tooth and nail to keep their fucking gravy train going, to keep us fooled? He's not an elected official. Good. I'm glad he's not, because if he was, he would be tainted. Fuck out of here with this shit. I'm gonna show you guys a clip. I really enjoyed this today. This is from Mark Dice. If you are not familiar with Mark Dice, I highly recommend checking his show out. Man, I love me some Mark Dice. I'm gonna tell you right now. And when you see this shit, this is what I'm talking about right here. These people trying to destroy Tesla for what? Let's get into this clip.
Almost as good, but nothing is going to top a Jew putting a swastika on another Jew's car and then getting arrested for a hate crime. But I don't know if you caught it there, but as this guy pulls in, the security camera on the Tesla clearly captured his license plate. Then he gets out of his vehicle, strangely wearing a USA jacket. Very rare for liberals. So this man has come down with a serious case of the liberal pathogen. He sees the Tesla there with his keys, then walks right up to it and does it dirty. He's looking around. He just can't believe, oh my God, there's an evil Tesla. Elon Musk is trying to save my tax dollars. And then he does this. But it gets even better because not only do they have his license plate and have him in HD committing felony vandalism, but this footage went viral on social media over the weekend. And then the very next day or 2 days later, some patriot in the community spotted the guy and recognized him and then confronted him.
Did you just key a Tesla the other day?
What?
You're on video. Yeah.
It's the same license plate. It's the same car.
This is the guy.
It's the same guy. He's wearing the same jacket. It's him.
You just keyed a Tesla. You got a video online. I just
Oh,
saw
man. This guy has no idea what is coming.
It's all over the face. You have the media.
You know Tesla?
Yes, you did. You keyed a Tesla in a parking lot somewhere around here. What do you got to say about that?
I didn't do that.
Well, you're on video. I plainly saw you doing it. You pulled up right next to it, and then you keyed it.
Oh,
You want to bet?
whatever.
Okay. Well, they got your license plate. I'm surprised you haven't been contacted by the police yet.
Let him do it.
I mean, what do you have to say? I mean, I saw you do it. I'm just curious. I mean, just because of Elon, you're wearing a USA T-shirt, driving a Korean car. Why would you key an American car? The guy's probably a Democrat that owns it. I think it's a woman. I mean, I'm just curious why you did that. You just don't have anything to say about that? Neither one of you guys do?
Nope.
Okay. You're handicapped, too. I mean, this is just kind of ridiculous. Thank you. See, that's why I should be reading those comments. Now, where I was going with that is that there's a lot of people out here that hate Elon Musk. They hate your boy. They hate Donald Trump. They hate us that want to stand up for what's right in America. I was a career criminal for most of my life. I went and spent my time. I did my time for my crime. I did 8 years straight in the penitentiary system. And while doing that, it really opened my eyes up. It really let me see the true evil in men and how stupid people truly can be. I mean, it never, ever ceases to amaze me how naive people are. So tell me, what is going to happen if Elon Musk gets tax information from people? What's going to happen there? I mean, I want to know why they're so scared of finding all this fraud. You want to know why they're so scared? Because we know now that their gravy train is up. They can't take money and say they're doing these programs, which we've known about this for a long time. You remember Trump's first his first time as president, and he brought to light like the shrimp on treadmills and all the waste of money. Listen, if you live in America, then you're an American. All right? It doesn't matter what language you speak. It doesn't matter your nationality and all that. Now, our language is American. We do speak it. That is our national language. Learn it if you live here, because that's our language, okay? So, once you're an American, born here, or if you come here for the American dream and you take the citizenship and you pay the $750, or a lot of times that can be a write-off depending on what you do to obtain your citizenship, you're an American. Now you denounce all other countries. I don't belong to no other country. I belong to America. America issues Social Security numbers. America issues tax dollars. America issues money. America issues all these things, all these government programs, all this stuff, right? Nobody sat down and said, wait a minute, that's a lot of money. $6 trillion? And then when you read what it's for, how many of us in America would vote for them to castrate monkeys and feed them some sort of date rape drug to see what it does to trans people? Who is going to vote for that? Nobody. Nobody in their right mind is going to vote for mutilating animals for some gender study. Nobody I know in America would ever vote for that. So why in the fuck would they get mad when we find out about it and they're trying to actually stop the waste? They're trying to stop this from happening. There's people in the streets fighting that. There's people out there fighting against Elon Musk, against Doge, for trying to help America, to put money back in your pocket. Well, if you don't like that shit, go to the country you like. Go to Norway. Go wherever, Sweden. Go to fucking Africa. Go to Guam. Go to fucking anywhere you want in the world. Go to Russia, go to Ukraine, go to whatever fucking country, China, whatever country it is you want to live in, because you hate America so much and you despise it so much. Get the fuck out already. Why are you making the rest of us miserable with your goddamn complaining and whining all the time about, it's not fair, it's not fair? Abortion. Anybody, once again, I touch back on Christians a lot because I'm sick of fake Christians. A fake Christian will believe in abortion. A fake Christian will believe that, man, I'm not even going to go there. It's very barbaric to rip an unborn child out of the womb. Very barbaric. I mean, that is just the epitome of evil, if you ask me. There is good and evil in the world, too. It doesn't have to be about demons and angels and none of that shit. No. That's not how this works. There is no goddamn devil. All right, so stop with that shit. But there are devils out here that do horrible things to people, and we want that to stop. Think about this. If a country is offering to give you everything, buy you a car and give you $5,000 a goddamn month if you can just make it to that country, if you're already settled into your country and you have a job and you're working and you have a house and you have a family and you're taking care of your bills and you're doing everything in that country as a normal citizen, then you're not going to want to leave your country. You're going to have love for your country. But if you're a criminal, if you're somebody that has nothing and has nothing to offer toward that society that they're in, why wouldn't they come to America? Why do you think the crime rate is through the roof right now? Why do you think fentanyl overdoses is through the roof right now? Because these idiots the last 4 years opened the border up and let anybody they want to come through. They're not vetting these people. I wouldn't, I have a criminal record. And if I went to go into another country, I would hope they would look at my criminal record and say, you know what? We don't even want you here because you're a criminal. You may not be right now and you may not have broke the law, but I mean, our society isn't set up for just letting criminals come into our country. I have attempted murder on my record. I shouldn't go and try to become a Canadian citizen. Oh, they'll probably let me up there until they hear my views and points, the way I see the world, which is from a tangible standpoint, from reality. Motherfuckers are not living in reality no more. I swear they're not. These people are out of their minds. Like, you really believe that Doge and that Elon Musk is somehow nefariously doing things to us through our information that they have in the government? I trust an unelected official I trust way more than them career politicians. Liz Warren, how in the fuck is she still even in power? They found that she has been receiving money from pharmaceutical companies. Literally. That should be illegal. There shouldn't be one congressperson or one senator that is allowed, or even in the government in certain positions of power, to receive money from pharmaceutical companies. You don't think that that's shady? I know it's shady. And they're crying over the goddamn people's rights. We're humans. Biggest problem with society. They want to segregate themselves and put themselves in these little classes and these little boxes to say, well, I'm special because I'm this. No, you're not fucking special. I'm sorry. The only special people are handicapped people. They're special. Okay? You're not special in any way. I don't give a fuck what your people did, because your people, first off, if you have the ideology that you come from a certain set of people and you can't even grasp that you're just a human on planet Earth, a big ball of dirt, being drugged through space by the sun, if you can't grasp that first, that you're not special, okay? Get that through your head. You're just a human being that's going to live and die. Enjoy the fucking ride. Don't get wrapped up in this bullshit about different ideologies and all that. Just live your life, man. Just live your life and enjoy it, because you only get one. When you're on that deathbed and you're laying there, and reality really sets in and you start realizing, like, man, damn, I didn't do nothing. I didn't see nothing. All I did was do for everyone else and help everyone else. Or maybe all I did was for myself and I was selfish and all. Regrets. I'm not going to have regrets when I'm on my deathbed. We all have regrets. And anybody that says I don't have no regrets, they're a goddamn delusional liar themselves too. Who doesn't regret something? We all do. I regret when I got a birthday card from my dad and I ripped it right open. I didn't know it was from him and looked for money and then threw it on the seat and was like, there ain't even no money in there. And he was like, it was for me. I regret that. That hurt me and hurt his feelings. And this was from a sociopath that really didn't have feelings, but he still had some feelings. So I regret things. We all regret things. I'm going to tell you one thing that I know for a fact, 100%, is that you are born of flesh, okay? Anything beyond this, okay? Say what you want. I can see air vapors when it gets cold. I live in the tangible world, and I think we all need to come over to the tangible world. Here we go, some conspiracy theories and what the New World Order is. What is the... I've been hearing about that since I was a kid. We're talking about the NWO, and I'm not into Illuminati, and there's 6 families that rule the world. Well, they're not doing a very good job, and they're not. And once again, not real. Fantasy world, okay? In the real world, there's world leaders, okay? And those world leaders do world leader shit. And when people don't like it or something's not going their way, well, then they come up with a conspiracy theory or some other shit. Democrat, communism, Republican, communism, both wings of the same bird. I mean, all I know is what I know. And what I know for sure is that Democrats fight to take guns away from you. Democrats fight to restrict your speech. Democrats fight to give all your money to everyone else except for you. Democrats fight for other countries and other people over top of you. Democrats kill unborn babies. Democrats fight for child molesters and murderers to get out of fucking prison early. That's what Democrats do. Republicans, I know for a fact, law and order. Okay, that most of them, the conservative branch, like, I don't believe in abortion. I really don't. Now, death of the mother, rape and incest. Those are the only 3 exceptions. Other than that, quit being lazy, bitch, and have the baby. It's real simple. Oh, but I'm not going to have a life no more because I got a child. Well, I guess you shouldn't have been spreading your goddamn legs and letting men pump you full of semen. Real simple. Real simple. The lazy motherfuckers. How many people have killed unborn babies, I wonder? How many women out there have killed the person that was going to cure cancer? How many people out there have aborted a baby that was going to save the world somehow? Oh, Trump's done it. I mean, wow, what has Trump done? I don't even need to say the accolades because the list is so great. Look at what we're talking about right now. All the government waste, he brought that to attention. Locking the border back up. Do you know what the border crossings are right now? Let me ask you something, Mike. Are you for open borders? Are you for rapists and murderers coming over here and committing crimes against U.S. citizens? Are you a U.S. citizen? Do you like that idea of a whole bunch of people that don't even speak the same language of you, don't even love your country, flying foreign country flags, occupying the soil that your forefathers fought and died for? That's what you support. This is, I'm just curious, is that what you support, Mike? Is that you want illegals to come here and rape and pillage our country? Because face it, the people coming over the border are not hard-working individuals that are just looking for an opportunity. They're coming here for a goddamn handout. Literally, we all know this. Why else would somebody come here if they already had a life that was set and good in their own country? They wouldn't. It's going to be, and yeah, actually it has gotten just a little bit cheaper for sure. How quick do you think that's going to take? Yes, you're going to get lower prices, or inflation's not going to continue to go up. Well, I don't know why people don't stand up for that and say, hey, we want these borders locked down. Quit letting all these people through here. How come the approval rating is at 78% right now, the highest for any president ever of all time? Not to mention, you do know that Donald Trump was a Democrat, lifelong Democrat, voted Democrat his whole life. And he's honestly more of a centrist. He's not even literally like, he's conservative on a lot of his values, but he allows the abortion thing for a certain amount of weeks or whatever. I mean, there's things that he is able to walk across the aisle and work with, but these never Trumpers, these people that are like, no matter what, we're going to vote against it. They let them in on purpose. Correct. They were trying, they keep saying about this, we're going to let people vote. Look at Canada. They just had non-citizens voting in their election, and now they have some sort of globalist leader. If you ask me, we could go North Korea right now and cut and just shut this shit down. That's what I would do. You all wouldn't want me to be president because I'm ruling. It would probably turn into a dictatorship if I became president. And I'm not even fronting, because I'd lock that shit down. There wouldn't be no more border. There wouldn't be nobody coming over the border. We can go wherever we want and come back as Americans, but we ain't letting nobody in. Period. That's how I would run this shit. And I wouldn't give no foreign aid to nobody for nothing at all, ever. It would just be straight America. I am switching over to, I've said this before, I'm a nationalist now. I'm proud of America. I love America. I love my country. And if you don't love your country and you don't love the way things are, go join fucking Rosie in fucking Ireland then. Go join Rosie in Ireland. You know what they're doing in Ireland right now? They have a horrible immigration issue there. With or without Trump, there's already digital ID. You use it on your phone right now, I bet. Anybody that's ever held their phone and had to do the look up, look down, look right, look left, there you go. And that's been going on for quite some time. Digital fingerprint, retinal identification, all that's been there. I mean, they started with fingerprints, if you remember back in the day, and they ain't even really that consistent. They started with fingerprints, so they've been keeping track of people for a long time. You have to. In a society, you have to. How can you not? Just like not knowing who's coming over our border right now. You got to know who's in your country, and you got to know what they're doing. That's a part of the government's role and job there, is to protect us, literally. And we can protect ourselves. That's why we have the right to bear arms. And you know why no country will really, really ever try to fuck with us totally and try to come here? England, their citizens are not allowed to have guns and weapons like that. That's why they don't have no control over their government at all. In America, whole different story. Let motherfuckers come over here and invade this country because we're strapped up as individuals, as citizens. Our citizens will take that ass to war, which they need to step up right now to the plate and start voicing their true opinions and live in reality and facts. When it comes to AI is not going to, we're not having Terminator, okay? It's not Judgment Day. AI is not going to unleash all of our weapons upon ourselves to clean the earth. And an Adam and Eve event's going to happen before that. That's the only thing I'm scared of. When this shit stops spinning for a second to flip back around, all the water, all the air, it keeps moving. Say goodbye to your life as you know it. This planet has been recreated through the billions of years it's been here, and there's been other civilizations. We know all this. We know all this. Instead, we just do little petty things back and forth about trying to save the fucking environment. Man, what? We barely make an impact on this thing. We are the stewards of this land. This is our earth. We own it. As human beings, this is ours. We need to treat it right, treat it with respect. But when we treat each other, we shouldn't treat each other with disrespect. We should have compassion for fellow man. But if you can't live in reality, how in the hell are you supposed to have compassion for somebody? Bring back the mental institutions. Yeah, I know about the mark of the beast. We're straying back into religion ideologies and the mark of the beast, it's the devil. If you don't denounce the mark of the beast, you won't get into heaven with Hitler and Gacy. You want to go up there and hang out with Jeffrey Dahmer, don't you? Because you know he repented before he went to hell. Oh, Jeffrey Dahmer was right there on the floor, dying, being beat by a mop handle, and he done repented. Like, he done told Jesus he was sorry, and God he was sorry, and he came over to the light. Yep. You get to go on up there to heaven and hang out with good old Jeffrey Dahmer. You know, go eat dinner with him, right? So naive. So naive. So naive. I'm really on this religion thing right now because I respect religion. I like what it does as a whole, but people have lost sight of it. There is no more fear. People don't fear anything. If you don't fear anything and there's no consequences, well then what the fuck? You can do whatever. Stupid. Okay, so in the statement you just made, Mike, I want you to really take into context something. There's three things here. Okay, we have the past. Okay, that's what you're referring to about presidents. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's over. It's done. You can't use it no more. Okay, dead. The future has not happened yet, so all you could do is guess about it, speculate about it, or let it bring anxiety. But you know what is? The now. Living in the now. Right now. Not the past, not the future. Living in right now. Okay, so right now, we have a president that was never a politician. He is not a politician. That's why we all love him so much. He gets up there and says whatever the fuck he wants as a man. And he stands on what he says. And so far, everything he said he's going to do, he has started doing. I am not going to be a never Trumper. I'm not going to hate Trump because he made America great again. Like, literally, I see the direction we're going in. And neither do you. Do you know Trump? I know what I know from doing research, and I have something called common sense. So what is so bad about Trump? That he says words? Words, right? I say words. We all say words. Oh, but Trump will hurt your feelings. Oh, that mean evil Trump. He said grab women by the crotch. Get the fuck out of here with that crybaby ass shit. Nobody give a fuck about words like that. As a world leader, you should conduct yourself with some qualm. Correct. But when people don't even respect our former leader, the zombie president, they come to find out was using AutoPen for everything, a career politician that was caught doing plagiarism. You want to talk about past and bring up past? There's your past. What is there bad about Trump? Literally, what is so bad about Trump? I want to know the real reason. Everything has to have a reason, by the way. You can't just say, well, I just don't. I don't have to have a reason. Well, you have to have a reason. Without a reason, there's no rhyme. Without no rhyme, there's no reason. I mean, they're going hand in hand. He's the father? No, he's not. He did not invent the vaccine. I mean, goddamn, Trump did not invent the vaccine. Do you think Donald Trump went into a laboratory and, like, invented the vaccine? Man, them vaccines got altered and pushed so many different directions. Not just under Trump, but under Biden also. Don't forget that. Do not forget that. Who mandated that you take that poison? Not Trump. He's never going to mandate you to do anything like that other than respect America first. Trump's not going to force you to put a needle in your arm. So if you want to go that route, thank you. I'm actually glad you brought that up. And he's the opposite of a globalist. The globalists hate him because he's trying to do away with their schemes to keep ripping us off. Please, Mike, I like this now. We're touching on real subjects here. He is not a globalist. The globalists hate him because he wants to do away with tariffs. What gives another country the right to overtax our products and we can't tax theirs at the same rate? Does that make sense? Tell me, Mike, does that make sense? To tax your country gets taxed by another country and you can't tax them the same. Does that sound right? It doesn't. Obviously not. I mean, we know that. We know this. Not to mention everything is actually going to be better because it was when he was in office before. Now, if they didn't try all this bullshit that they did then with the Russia Gate and all this shit that they kept talking about, all the fake impeachments, I wonder what really could have got done in that administration. Trump's first administration, if they wouldn't have just kept blocking him on every issue, no matter what it is, they block him. Where do you think we could have went then? I'm not living in delusion, obviously. I just told you all the facts here. I mean, literally, how am I living in a delusional world when you're the one saying really crazy shit here? Like, Trump's a global... let me guess, Trump's Hitler too, right? Trump's Hitler. Yeah, you know, he stands strong with the Jews, so he's got to be a Hitler. That's another thing. Calling the man all these names, oh, it's just more validity to the fact that they literally will say anything to try to get in people's heads. The tariffs are only going to hurt citizens on each side. Well, guess what? Until the other side says, hey, we're doing away with tariffs, they're in play, and I don't have a problem with it. They're going to buckle. They need us. We don't need them. You do understand that, right? Like, you understand they need us. We don't need them. The other countries, we don't need them. We have everything in-house. There's nothing that we can't obtain and get ourselves. We can grow our own food. We got our own energy. We have everything here. We are independent 100%. We keep other countries afloat, by the way. Without them buying our products, they're going to go bankrupt. So they're going to give in, and then we're not going to have no tariffs. Obviously, he does have a say in things, or he wouldn't be the president, and he wouldn't have enacted the unelected bureaucrat, the unelected Elon Musk. Do you not see that he just put them all on blast? Do you not see what's going on here? He's trying to stop a war right now. Who gives a fuck about Ukraine? I don't. As a matter of a fact, there's no way Ukraine could ever win that war. Ever. Not to mention, why is Russia the boogeyman to begin with? They're not the boogeyman. They have a great society over there. They're independent and doing their own thing. Now, if they wouldn't have put NATO right on his border, as he told them not to, if they wouldn't have we blew up the goddamn pipeline to start all this shit. Fucking idiots 4 years ago really fucked us good on this. We're going to fix this shit too. Because they're either going to come to the table or we're going to pull out and just let them bang it out. And we all know they're not going to win. So what are they truly fighting for? Why is he conscribing his own people? You know what? I think war crimes should be brought up against Zelensky because he's making literal handicapped. I watch them take and constrive, which is where you go and force your own people by gunpoint to go fight a war that they don't even want to fight. So he's forcing men and women of age, and he's forcing fucking handicapped kids to go on the front line and die for a war he know he can't win while he's running around in a tracksuit. Fuck Zelensky, man. He's a piece of shit. Yeah, he did say he's going to stop it. He brought the man there. Then the man want to sit there and act all stupid. Couldn't even wear a fucking suit. God damn. Man, this guy's an idiot. He shows up there and gets belittled as he should because he's a piece of shit. Did you just hear what I said? He's conscribing his people to go die. He's not going to die. He ain't fighting shit. None of his people are fighting shit. I bet none of his family are even on the front lines. You hear me? He's making his own people, acknowledge this, he's making his own people, even the handicapped people. This is known. This is known. You could Google this, you could watch this, you could see all this shit in real time too. They are making mentally handicapped people go fight in a war. They had a kid with Down syndrome on the front line. Pieces of shit. Fighting some country you can't win. All for some mineral rights. On top of that, it's over. They're either going to do, as Trump says, hey, we're going to make this peace right here, right now. You lost whatever land you lost. You guys stay on each side. There we go. Whatever it may be. If he can't make Zelensky come to the table when Russia's already come to the table and other countries, if he can't make him come to the table, how can he make peace there? When this idiot don't even want peace, he wants war. The fucking Democrats stood up and cheered for war. Did you see that? They couldn't even stand up for a child beating brain cancer. They couldn't stand up for a woman that her child was brutally raped and murdered. Horrible. I'm ashamed of the Democrat Party. Ashamed of them. Shame them. Shame them all. They're in the streets doing these stupid ass protests. Wearing masks in 2025 in the middle of summer outside. Who in the fuck wears a mask in the middle of summer in 2025? Spring or otherwise, any warm place. Why in the fuck are they wearing? Because they're telling you, I wear a mask because I'm anti-America. A mask is anti-America, if you ask me. Why doesn't Trump abolish the Federal Reserve if he's so American? Do you really need that answer? Do you know what the Federal Reserve is there for? That's one of the reasons Doge is there, because the Federal Reserve is going to shit because they keep tanking our dollar, dummy dum-dums. That's why we're doing this. Tariffs, and I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to literally call you dummy dum-dums. It's just part of my reticule when I get to going. Really don't know. I don't even know what mic I'm talking to, if I don't know if I know you or not. Regardless, I will actually talk this out with you. The Federal Reserve is who prints money, okay? Why would they do away with it? What are you going to do? Go trade goats when you want to go buy a car or something? I mean, this is beyond me. I really think you should do research before you, which this is doing research. I'm helping you. I'm enlightening you right now. I'm letting you wake up. Are you woke, Mike? Are you woke or are you awake? Because here at Star Nation Network, we're awake. Coherent and seeing everything with our eyes, optically. We can touch it. We know it's real. We know it's there. Trump and Elon hasn't said anything about the Federal Service. I'm lost at words here. I don't know if this is going to go much further here with these conversations. I mean, can we get something to really chew on, some facts, not any fear-mongering, not any guesstimating, none of that. Do you think that, the Federal Reserve has nothing to do with America, it's a private entity? Okay, I'm not even. Where does the money come from? Where do they print money at? I'll wait for your response, Mike. Where do they print money at? Who's in charge of the money? Where does money come from? Who prints money? What federal agency prints money? Okay, now that we got that out the way. Ugh. Do you want your dollar to go bankrupt? How in the fuck are some of these other countries' money worth more than ours now? It's not. It's, well, where does the money come from, Mike? Tell me where they print money at. Tell me where money comes from, Mike. You're doing this research. Google it on your phone, because I don't want to have to get out this app to go Google it to pop back on and all that. The Federal Reserve is not part of the government. You do some... I have done research, and I'm trying to teach you something right now. Google on your phone right now, or a separate computer, whatever you got, who prints American money, American currency? Who is in charge of American currency? Okay, once you get that answer, we can go from there, all right? Yeah. The Federal Reserve. And you want to know a good one, Mike? How about this? I don't think there's any gold in Fort Knox. Now, that's something. They're trying to get in there and look at it. Why are Democrats trying to stop wasteful spending? Are you for wasteful spending, Mike? Answer that one. Are you for wasteful spending? Are you for LGBTQ in Iraq? Are you for sex changes in Guatemala? Are you for drag shows in Costa Rica? Are you for those tax dollars that you pay taxes, don't you, Mike? Are you for them tax dollars going for them programs? Ask yourself that one. And I can tell you, 78% of America isn't down with that. And we don't like it. They print the money and loan it to our government. You are delusional, Mike. The Federal Reserve is the government. It's our money. In God we trust. You could try some like sovereign citizen type ideology here or something that, you know, our Social Security number is a bank account that goes back to us, and that's our money, and we can get our money out. All we got to do is file the proper paperwork, and you take a piece of paper and turn it sideways with no lines, and you write in red ink, your straw man's done. Let's pump the brakes here for a second, okay? Now, there is some truth and some real truth to that. You can do away with your Social Security number, and this is something I'm actually going to do, is denounce all statehoods and just become federal. I want a passport, and I want to just deal with federal, because I like federal laws better than state laws, and you do, as a U.S. citizen, reserve the right to do this. There is paperwork behind it. They do your delusional talking about surface level thinking topics. No, I dive in deep here, actually, into ideologies and all the things that are making this tick. What about the $6.2 trillion Trump just gave to Israel? Good. Death to Hamas. Destroy them. Give them more. Give them more money. All the money that they waste, yeah, give it to them. I'm for that. Crush Hamas. Them motherfuckers went in there and threw live babies into a fire. You hear me? Live, crying babies thrown into fire. Raped women and beheaded them. Monsters. Real to life, evil people. Fuck, they're warring over gods anyways, because that's all they're doing over there. They're not fighting over land. Don't get it twisted. If Israel denounced God and went straight to Islam, they wouldn't even try to kill him. And we all know this. Before they're killing somebody, before they're committing these atrocities, they're yelling Allah Akbar. God is great in Arab or Farsis, whatever it may be. Whatever language that exactly is. There's your truth. Yeah, give it to Israel. And occupy Gaza. Fuck yeah, take Gaza over. We need to take that piece of land and make it ours and have a strategic stronghold right there in the Middle East. I honestly, you want to know my personal opinion and my personal view is, I think we should just take over. We should take Canada over. We don't need Mexico, and we're not taking Mexico. We're not going in debt here. But we should take Canada, for sure. What are they going to do? They're not going to stop us. Take Greenland. Greenland's pretty much ours. Take the Panama Canal back over, and take Gaza. Why wouldn't we? What do you think, we're just going to let that go again and say, hey, you people go ahead and occupy this same piece of land that you motherfuckers been fighting over for 1,000 years and go ahead and try to kill these people all over again, build your arsenal back up and try to, no, kill all of Hamas until there is no more Hamas. Kill all that are going against humanity. That's what they're doing. Owns BlackRock. Now we're into BlackRock. More conspiracy theories. Well, you must dive down that hole pretty deep, Mike. Get into some Anunnaki theory and see what you think about that. I don't know if you're a religious person. I dove deep into that to find out exactly what's going on here, where we come from and all that. I actually have a pretty good understanding now. BlackRock. I mean, I don't give a fuck if BlackRock owns it or not. Does it bother me? Does it affect my life in any way? I don't think so. That they're not feeding me lies. I don't just listen to Fox News. As a matter of fact, I'm my own news agency. You're watching it right now. We're doing the news. I live in a real world. I can just go out here and see it for myself. I don't need no TV. I don't need no internet to tell me what my two eyes can see. I'm not delusional or blind here, and I don't take other people's ideologies just to get along with them or something. I live in the real world. Like, I don't, most of you don't even live in the same real world I live in. I'm living in a tent here. I'm hand to mouth out here. Most of you just get in their car, turn the key, and drive to their next location, and get out of their car on autopilot and go in and do their little thing, and they see all the crazy shit going on. But they don't give a fuck because they go right back to their car and get in and close the door and lock the doors and they drive to their next destination. I'm actually watching the crazy shit go on. I see what's going on in the world. I'm really living in the world. It's crazy. So, I mean, are you serious? That's out there. You know what? Just to entertain this, Mike, I'm going to actually go in and do some research on this to see who owns. Because I can tell you right now, George Soros. Do you know who George Soros is? Mike, do you know who George Soros is? If you know who George Soros is, and if you don't, please do research on that name. I bet you like the WHO too, huh? World Health Organization. Them motherfuckers are ingrained deep in a lot of shit. Like out here in Hawaii, the agriculture is fucked. The government here, fucked. Worst state I've ever seen when it comes to governing its state. The worst, dude. Oh my God. I could go in forever on the shit that they do here to these people. And they don't even know. They're so demasculated and heads down and just, they don't, there's some political people here. Okay, so George Soros actually owns a lot of the district attorneys that are in power. Like, we've already trailed back his money so many times and see where he butts in and shit like that. The world would be a lot better off without George Soros, I can tell you that much. Not to mention, that's who owns CNN and MSNBC. Secretively, if you want to do the conspiracy theory stuff, it's George Soros. So are you saying it's George Soros versus BlackRock? And if that's the case, I'm on BlackRock's side all day long. Why wouldn't I? I don't care if they do own all the TV networks. If they're for America and America first, I'm for them. Let's go BlackRock. All right. Yeah. I trust a lot of parts of the government. We do every day. Every day you trust the government in one way or another. Now, could they be pulling the wool in some areas and doing nefarious activities? Yes, we already know that. And who brought that to light? All this stuff we're talking about right now, we wouldn't be talking about if Kamala would have won, would we? We wouldn't even have known about all the waste. We wouldn't even have known about all these things. So let that sink in for a moment that you're, I know you're anti-Trump, I can tell. Okay, so tell me who's above George Soros then? King of England or something? Fucking England can barely hold itself together. America, buddy. Let's just worry about America. How's that? America. Let's worry about America. Home of the brave. But there ain't that many brave left. Not too many people who even come on the camera and say the stuff I say out of fear for other people's opinions or what others may think of them or stuff like that. I'm used to it. I'm used to people threatening violence on me. I'm used to people trying to belittle me and degrade me and call me crazy, or the list goes on and on and on and on, trying to deface my character and trying to make me look like I'm crazy, when in reality I am literally the most sane here. I mean, did you see the moon landing with your own two eyes? Did you see? I could just go on and 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 on. Did you see any of the assassinations that happened with your own two eyes? Did you see anything in history, for that matter, that has been documented? Have you seen any of that with your own two eyes? And when the other side, the other party, doesn't even go against it? No. I did see. You know why? They have a thing called the receipts. Receipts, I'm going to explain to you, Mike. When you go purchase something or you do something, you get a receipt for it that says, hey, you paid money for this. Here's your receipt. Well, these dumbasses have receipts from the doctors, from the institutes, from where the money went to what they're doing, and they even have the studies saying this is the effects of what we've been studying. So yeah, I guess you could say I've seen it with my own two eyes. Not to mention, they're not even denouncing it or denying it. Wrap your mind around that one. The Democrats aren't denying that they're cutting dicks off of monkeys. They're not. Literally. I mean, prove me wrong. Prove me that they're not. Because we all know they are. Are you defending this in some way? Are you defending the Democrat Party to cut dicks off of monkeys and open the borders and all this? You're not. You're not going to come on here and say. You take it with a grain of salt. Well, keep taking things with a grain of salt. And as everything is changing around you and you are privy to it and you know this, then you're a part of the problem here. Until you can open your eyes and really see reality and the truth, all you're going to do is this: deny it. You're a truth denier or something. You know 2 + 2 is 4. You know if a man has a penis, no matter what he puts on as his disguise, he's still a man, right? You do know this, right? You're talking about a party that wants to castrate little boys before they're even old enough to make that decision on their own, because they might have 2 same-sex parents in the household. You don't think that's a little bit fucking fishy to begin with? I ain't saying nothing against gay people in any ways. Got gay fans, gay friends, gay family members, literally. But they're normal gay people. They're not this weird fucking dress up like a goddamn unicorn and go with your penis hanging out to some festival in front of children and shit. And acknowledging that a man can be a woman. That shit's crazy. But do you defend that? Are you into that? This is all Democrat Party beliefs, by the way. So, Democrats, I'm sorry that your party got so fucked up. You got a chance in Fetterman. You guys are going to run Fetterman. You guys are going to run Fetterman. Mark my words, you're going to run Fetterman. And you're going to find a strong black woman to go with him as vice. Yes. Watch what I tell you. I'm not in the fake left, right propaganda. The Republicans are just delusional as the Democrats. Yeah, I can see that, can't I? Because they're actually stopping the things that the Democrats are doing that are illogical and immoral. Is it child abuse if somebody dresses their child up as the opposite sex and sends them to school? Yes. Should you go into a psychotherapist or a psychiatrist office and your first interaction with them is them telling you their pronouns, or them being some sort of like mental case, and they're trying to help you when all they're doing is affirming delusions? Whenever a man that's 6'6" and dressed in the tutu, full beard, makeup on, walks in and says, "Hi, my name's Brittany." No, your name's not fucking Brittany. You're not a chick. Wipe the goddamn makeup off your face and get out the tutu. If that person's going in to seek psychological help, now I'm not saying on the street do all this, because more than likely he's going to fly off the handle and beat the shit out of you, because they do a lot of violence these days. Wow. Them trannies will transform on that ass real quick. I ain't a woman no more. Now I'm a man. So when they go into those offices and they sit down with a psychiatrist or a psychotherapist, and that psychotherapist or psychiatrist actually affirms their mental health, that's a big problem. Don't affirm mental health. Don't affirm people's delusions. Both sides, I mean, we're not going to see eye to eye here. I'm not going to be able to win you over. You're a conspiracy theorist, I believe. I'm not going to just put words into your mouth or whatever, but we're all entitled to our beliefs, as you believe I am whatever you believe I am. But I can tell you I'm real. This is not AI. I'm a real person. I am tangible. This is real flesh. Really here. Really experiencing life. Been here 47 years. I've seen Republican and Democrat. I've seen cultures change. I watched, from 80s to 90s, late 70s, but I don't really remember because I was born in 77, and ain't nobody remembering shit at some baby age or something. Goddamn Dylan Mulvaney. That shit's ridiculous. The View. Do you watch The View? I'm joking. I know you don't. And if you do, you might as well go and change this. Yep. So it's been over an hour. This was very productive. I didn't even realize that much time went by. I truly hope this reaches the right people and that you guys tune back in, because tomorrow we're going to dive even deeper. Mike, you want to be a guest on the show? Maybe we can work that out somehow too and start having some guests on here, because I can go back and forth with dialogue with the opposite beliefs and not have an issue. I'm not going to get mad, angry, hang up, kick you off the live. I'm damn sure not petty like that. I've seen guys go on lives before just for a setup so the other side can yell and bitch at them and then cut them off. That happened to Dusty Dial, as a matter of fact. That's why I like dude. And he's innovative. I know you probably don't even know who that is, but it doesn't matter. Go check his music out, Dusty Dial Hunter. And while you're at it, check your boy out too, Don P, and check out the rest of the catalog. You know what it is. Well, it's been very productive. I'm glad that we had these talks. I agree. This is dialogue. This is what needs to happen in America. This is what we need more of. People just to sit and go back and forth. Now, honestly, Mike, I apologize that you're not able to vocally make your point here. I feel that makes more of a statement when you're actually the one doing it, and I greatly appreciate you leaving the comments on here. Please tune back in tomorrow. We can have some more dialogue. I think we're going to pick up where we left off here, because there's so much going on. And happy St. Patrick's Day, right? Let's get all the snakes rounded up, play our flute, or is it rats? Which is it? That I think it's snakes. St. Patrick did away with snakes in Ireland. Well, Mr. Holmes, he's our St. Patrick's, and he's doing away with all these illegal snakes that we have in the country right now. Listen, I have a lot of friends that are foreigners, a lot. And I'm telling you, they're the most hardworking, most respectful people I know. I mean, these guys work from morning to evening on their own businesses with their families employed there too. Highly respect. They work way harder than the average American to get by and to meet their standards and quota by the government. Love people like that. And you know what? They came here legally and they did it all the right way. And I have nothing but respect for that. Break into this country illegally, you can leave. I don't have respect for that. I do respect law enforcement. I do respect service workers, because I know how vital that those services are to the American people. I have to run for office. Somewhere, somehow, even with my record the way it is, I have to. If not, there needs to be more. We need more. We need this to spread. Okay, so please share this, subscribe, and follow. It's your boy Don P. One love.